Now, when considering the greatest pet reptile to ever exist, it's quite difficult to do that. Some would say dinosaurs, but we don't have dinosaurs anymore. So, what is the new greatest pet reptile? It's the emerald tree skink. Now, emerald tree skinks, as you can see, I have one on my shoulder, are to me the best reptile to ever exist. Not only because Clint said it, but because I own these and they're magnificent. From their gorgeous green emerald color to their personalities and their intelligence, they're easily my favorite and the greatest pet reptile. These animals, like I just said, are very, very smart. They almost remind me of dogs, um, which are smart in their own way. But they remind me of dogs not because they're brains, but because of their personality. They have the greatest personality. I own three emerald tree skinks, and I love their personality. They love me. They love to come to me and to any human, really. And you will see your emerald tree skink, if it is a captive bred, when you walk by the enclosure, jumping on the glass of the enclosure. So, the first thing you're going to need for owning emerald tree skinks is an enclosure. All emerald tree skinks need an enclosure. You don't want a house skink. That's just, no. Especially this lizard. Um, you want an enclosure that has height. They are arboreal lizards, and they're native to the Solomon Islands. So you're gonna need it to have height and high humidity. You can keep a trio in an 18 by 18 by 24-inch exoterra enclosure. That's what I keep my trio in, and they're doing amazing in it. I go bioactive because it's really beneficial to not only me, but also the skinks. Because it's beneficial to me because it's less work. I don't have to do so much work with cleaning, because with the springtails and isopods, they're going to do most of the cleaning. Sure, there'll be a little bit of spot cleaning, but that's only very minimal. But it's also very appealing also to us because the enclosure is beautiful. Like, if you can see this enclosure, it has a pond, waterfall, canopy with live fish at the bottom. I need to get more shrimp because unfortunately the shrimp got sucked up into the pond. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it didn't go to the pump good enough. The fish are huge, so the fish aren't gonna get eaten. But anyway, it is enclosure appealing to our eyes. Plus, with a bioactive enclosure, it is, for one, it offers live plants for the skinks to crawl on. It offers higher humidities in tropical setups, and it's a place to hide. My skinks absolutely love hiding in this plant right there. It's a big leaf plant. That plant isn't thriving. Well, not thriving, but it's not like dying. I can see the roots growing and progressing every day, but it's still kind of small. It's not growing as fast as I would like it to. My other plant is also doing the same. It's not dying. I mean, sure, a few have died, but it is growing. There is new life in that plant. And then I have a pothos, and then a spiderweb plant. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Giving your skink vines, branches, cork bark, and cork tubes to crawl and hide in are essential for their well-being. Skinks need to have high humidities in the upper 80s to 90s, and they need a hot spot of around 95 Fahrenheit. I don't know that in Celsius. Sorry. You can hand mist your skinks enclosure, or you can also get a misting system. I do both. I have a spray bottle, plus, if you can see up here, I have a misting system. I just like like the misting system gets most of everything, but I just like to spritz in with a spray bottle. Just get humidity right in the right place. They're cheap. The spray bottles, you can get them at anywhere, dollar store, just about anywhere. You're also gonna need a fogger, which is what I have right over there. That fogger, for some reason, is not working. So that's why it is not on. But you're gonna need a fogger. You can get it off of Amazon, Walmart. No, you can get at most pet stores. Um, and there, I pet stores like commercially, like you see pet stores every day. They have usually very high prices. Like PetSmart, the other day I was at a PetSmart and they had like I think it was 200 or 180, 200, 180, 200, that price range for a fogger. Which it is an Exoterra. It's one you can program, which is better, but still those aren't normally that high a price. So maybe go to your local pet store. I have many where I live, and I go to all those. So next, you're gonna need to know, what do you feed your emerald tree skinks? I suggest feeding them a varied diet, which is what I do. I vary between crickets and mealworms, and then they'll occasionally get um, a Pangea powder you mix with water, and it becomes kind of like a mud kind of thing. And they don't eat that much. Most tree skinks, actually love it. They don't that much. Mine, for some reason, don't. I'm not sure why. But I recommend getting the fruit and bugs. So it has fruit in there, but it also has bugs in there. And I use tongs, like you can see right there, to pick up the bugs and put them in the proper place. Um, but yeah, so I would also recommend dusting your feeders with a multivitamin. So what I use is Reptivitamin plus D3, which is vitamin D3. I think it's vitamin D3. Yeah, it's vitamin D3. And then I also use a calcium powder, also plus D3. You could also get, I think it's called Repashy Super Dust or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but you can also use that. Behavior. So in the morning, your skink is not going to be super enthusiastic about coming out. They're going to be more relaxed. Well, not really more relaxed, but they're going to want to more come out during the day. Since they are not nocturnal, they're diurnal. So they're going to be out all throughout the day, which makes them so much fun because you can handle them during the day and it won't bother them sleeping. But they will also, you can't see it, but there's a skink right there. He has dirt on his face. At night, they're gonna bury themselves in the dirt. Mine do that. Mine bury themselves in the dirt, and um, they also go on a cork tube. That's why I think you should have cork tubes too. But they lay their eggs in the dirt as well. And you might be thinking, Asher, you said lay eggs. Skinks are notorious live birth, which you would be right. Skinks do give live birth, but only certain skinks, which most skinks do give live birth. But these skinks give eggs. They lay eggs, 2 eggs at a time. They can have up to 9 pairs, which is about 9 pairs. It's 18 young that you're having in a year. So if you do not want to breed, please make sure that you do not have a male and a female. If you're looking to breed like I am, then have a male and a female, and just know that there is going to be eggs. Cool sneak peek that I'd like to give you guys is my skink is actually gravid. I don't know how many babies. Well, she has two in her, I assume, but she is very, very big. And you can tell when a reptile is obese because their whole body will be overweight and squishy and fat. But she is only round near, I'll show you on this guy if he'll let me pick him up. She's only round near right here, which is where they hold their eggs. So she is gravid, and yeah. The part is these skinks aren't super readily available. There's a lot of wild caught imports coming in, but I would recommend 100% getting your skink captive bred because that supports the captive breeders and will stop these wonderful lizards from being taken from the wild. Plus, wild caught ones have all the wild caught problems, parasites, diseases, all that kind of thing that sure may not pass to you, but if you own a big reptile collection, like I have a semi-decent reptile collection, it will spread throughout that collection, the diseases it has, and vets might not be able to treat it because it is a wild-caught specimen. They might not know the diseases and parasites that they have, so they might not know how to treat it. These skinks, since they're not readily available, are high priced. I bought mine for 300 each. So they're quite expensive for a small little lizard, but let me tell you, they are worth it. I've had mine for 2 months, actually, a few days ago, and they are wonderful. They are the most fun reptiles to own. I mean, I love snakes, I love bearded dragons and lizards. Mel, it's an awesome lizard, which is my bearded dragon. But these definitely top the list for me because they're a small lizard. They're a little bigger than a nose, which actually that's not true because there's Cuban night owls, which are like, that's not how big they get. Well, maybe around that size with a tail, but they get quite big. But these are small lizards, and if you like not super experienced, but if you know a little bit about reptiles, you'll know that smaller lizards aren't super friendly. And you'll say, well, Asher, there's crested geckos and leopard geckos. Well, yeah, there's those. But geckos, I find that geckos are, I don't know, they're more relaxed. Hey guys, I'm currently editing this video and I said that geckos are more relaxed. Geckos are not really more relaxed. I was mainly just talking about crested geckos and leopard geckos because morning geckos are not in the least bit relaxed unless you train them. Well, unless you tame them down. And this is not with all geckos. I mean, of course, it's like dune geckos. They're tiny little geckos, and they're not like super handleable. Also, there is knobtail geckos. Knobtail geckos are a little more than most geckos, but yeah, they're so different than what a little lizard should be. They're so what's the word? Excited. Like you can see excitement in their eyes. That's the best part about them. When you open the enclosure and all your skinks are huddling to try to jump on your hand, you can see them get excited when they're looking around and they're trying to jump to you. You can see them get excited. I mean, most of the time mine crawl on me and sometimes they fall asleep. And that's fine, that's awesome. They'll go in my shirt and fall asleep, or folds in my shirt. They'll go in there and they'll fall asleep. They just love to be around humans. He's actually asleep right now. They just love to be with humans, and I just love them. Another thing to add about their feeding is they are voracious predators. Like, I would hate to be a cricket when these guys are around because the mess that they make with the cricket, crazy. Like, spreading everywhere. Trying to fold it and get it in their mouth is absolutely crazy. For some reason, this guy only likes cricket guts. He doesn't like the skin. Because he just ate guts today. He didn't eat the skin. He loves mealworms, though. Dubia roaches are also, you can also use dubia roaches. I don't really like dubia roaches, to tell you the truth, because they have so much chitin on them. Banded crickets and mealworms have less chitin on them, so I always recommend mealworms and crickets, plus roaches are just disgusting. What do you think of this video? What do you think of the care guide? Is there anything I missed? If there is, please do comment it down below. Comment if you want to see more of emerald tree skinks. And they have names. We got a name for these guys. They're from Marvel's Thor. This is Loki. And there is Thor and Hela in there as well. they're just awesome lizards. Can't say anything bad about them. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Say goodbye, sir. See, that's what I do.